Hi, welcome to one and all. In today's session, my first question to you all would be, are you still running Windows Server or SQL Server 2008 and 2008 R2 at your premise? Just think. In case if your answer is yes, then I recommend you to use end of support for Windows Server and SQL Server 2008 and 2008 R2 as an opportunity to transform. If you are thinking, why should I transform or do something else? What has happened to these products? I'll have to update you by the Microsoft's typical pattern of mainstream support for 5 years and extended support for 5 years for their products. So post this 10 years, what exactly is happening is it would stop the extended support for these products. So you might be thinking, okay, so if Microsoft is stopping the extended support for the products after 10 years, what's going to happen for me or my products or my IT infra? How is it going to impact? So we'll have to be aware that potentially you would be losing on the security updates, which are very critical for any business to run and then be secure. And you would be missing, or there could be a chance, greater chance that highly you would be missing on the compliance. Obviously, we would be very far from the uh, innovative opportunities that we could get in the modern when we stay relevant with the modern trends and technologies, right? Okay, so if you're wondering when did this happen on the extended support getting ended, if you do not know. So these are the data I have put it on the slide. If you see, Windows Server 2008 and Windows Server 2008 R2 extended support ended last month this year in the month of January. And for SQL Server 2008 and SQL Server 2008 R2, way back in 2019, in the month of July, it no extended support was ended. So that's about the extended support. So now, what are all the options available for you? What exactly needs to be done? We'll try to understand. So keep a tab. It's the world is changing. We are aware. So that means data is growing. And today, 80% of the organizations are adopting cloud first strategies. So what's happening and what are all the options that are there for me? What are all the other things that I have to consider before I try to upgrade or consider for any transformation? Yep. So apart from the end of support, there could be many other reasons which might compel you to think on modernizing your IT infra and ops mechanisms. It could be that your existing data center contracts might be getting expired in the near time, or maybe for your predictable and unpredictable capacity needs, you may have to cater the needs to run the business, or maybe some software and hardware refreshes coming up in your environment, or to be able to effectively mitigate the security threats. That's also one of the compelling factor which forces you to think on modernizing your IT infra and ops mechanisms, and to be on good books with compliance requirements to run your business, or being innovative and cloud and DevOps ready with faster time to market with your apps. Any of these, all of these you try to collate and then consider and weigh the options that are there in front of you. So if you're saying that the security updates are mission critical in today's world and 20% of the organizations lose customers during an attack, or maybe 30% of the organizations are losing their revenue during an attack. So to be in comply with the regulatory standards that are there to run your business, you have to think on these lines to be able to modernize your IT infra and ops mechanisms. So, needless to say, GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulatory Standards are already there in place, and maybe you might have taken care of it. I'm guessing in case if you have not, that means if you are still running 2008 and 2008 R2 of Windows Server or SQL Server, so there is a great work that you will have to do it on to be in compliant with GDPR and other regulatory standards. Okay, so now I strongly recommend you to seize this US as an opportunity to transform your IT infra to cloud and digital transformation. Obviously, the people who have adapted modern cloud data and AI technologies are outperforming in the market. Silently, they are able to make more revenue per employee, and then higher average net income on revenue is being um, shown in the results with the people who have adopted cloud for their journey. And coming to weighing your options, it's the time to move to cloud, obviously. So there is no question, though I have put it here as a question. I am giving you the assertive statement. It's time to move to cloud. And to move to cloud, what are all the options that you have? Yes, while migrating to Azure, you have two options in front of you. One is that rehost. When I say rehost, it's equivalent of lift and shift. You're going to migrate all your application workloads which are running with Windows Server and SQL Server as is to Microsoft Azure. That is one option you have. The second option is, in case if you would like to make the scalable applications and make some modifications in the applications to suit your future needs by making it maybe microservice oriented architecture application from your traditional and conventional monolithic application type or so. So if you want to do some scalability and then cloud compatibility imbibed into the application and to take the advantage of cloud compatible and cloud features, then the refactor, re-architect, and rebuild comes into picture. So that means there is a potential work that needs to be done within your application front. So that is one choice. If you have the appetite and the requirement, and if you have the visibility and the vision, please go ahead for it. Or if you are thinking that, okay, I don't want to fiddle anything there and I don't want to mess up anything there, simply I would like to run it in a robust and secure way, so then simply plan for lift and shift. Okay, so what is the third option? Third option is that in case if you do not want to move to cloud, upgrade it on premise. That's another option. In case of Windows Server, upgrade it to Windows Server 2016 or 2019 to be able to cloud and DevOps ready, and that means potentially future ready. And in case if it's a SQL Server, upgrade it to 2017 or 2019. Okay, so paths to upgrade and stay protected is clearly visible now. One is that either you migrate to Azure or upgrade on premise. So you might be thinking, if I'm trying to run the infrastructure and application as is in Azure, how am I going to feel that I'm secured? Because it's the same version of operating system and same application is just, instead of physical, it's just virtual. Yes, your question is right. In case if you're thinking like that, I would like to highlight here that you are going to get free extended security updates for 3 years in Azure. So that means Microsoft is standing behind the product, though the extended support lifecycle has ended for on-premise products. Microsoft is standing behind this product for next 3 years. So with that, you are going to get the extended security updates for the next 3 years free of cost in Azure when you migrate your applications there. So what are all the options that you have when you go to migrate to Azure? One is that in the infrastructure as a service mode. That means you are going to spin up the VM and get the applications and then the environment up and running. In case of SQL Server, you have even the other option also apart from the infrastructure as a service, that is platform as a service. Azure SQL database is available, and then you can make use of it in case if you do not want to simply deploy your SQL Server on a VM there, you can opt to go for Azure SQL database, which comes under the category of PaaS. In case if you do not know more about that, if you would like to know more about that, please watch my previous videos on SQL MI and then other OSS DB. How do you take it up to Azure? Okay, right. In case if you do not want to upgrade and then do not want to go to Azure, then what is the fourth option? Fourth option is that you can buy the extended security update on premise for your legacy operating system and then the legacy DBMS. That the prerequisite is the software assurance. In case if your products are active with the software assurance, you can continue to stay on premise with the same legacy software uh, and purchase the security extended security update from Microsoft. Okay, so 3 reasons to migrate your server applications to Azure. So we know that, okay, to be innovative and to be able to retire our technical debt. Yes, that's one of the options. And be able to realize the significant cost savings versus on-premise on the total cost of ownership over a period of next 3 years, if you would like to have a look. So with the Azure hybrid benefit and the free extended security updates, and then utilizing the Azure reserved instance, we would be able to better optimize the infrastructure in cloud and make use of it to suit our bill and budget and needs. Yes. And the improved security and compliance, built-in multi-layered security controls, all of those would be able to help you to stay relevant and then secure. So these are all the compelling facts that's going to make Azure is the best suitable destination for your cloud journey. In the interest of time, let me wrap up this a bit faster. So in case if you do not know Azure hybrid benefit, I have a previous video floated on it. You can go through and understand. In case if you do not even know about the Azure Reserve instance and how does it work, for that also there is a previous video. Please go through that. And these are all the cost saving factors that help you to save up to 80% when you combine the Azure hybrid benefit and then the Azure Reserved instance. And when you compare the same thing with AWS or someone else, the extended security updates here, it's free of cost. There you have to pay for it. So all this makes you feel that, or it proves that wherever you run these workloads in any other cloud vendor, with any other cloud vendor, you are going to end up paying 5 times more than what you pay in Azure. Okay, the comparison being made here with the Azure and AWS by Microsoft with a particular series of VM, that is D2 V3 Windows Server VM, uh, in US West 2 region, combining the Azure hybrid benefit and Azure reserved instance, and then the extended free security updates cost, all of this. Okay, so what I thought of telling you is Windows Server plus Azure is better together, and even you can plan your SQL Server also, that works better together. Plan it so you can run your SharePoint, SQL Server, or any app on Windows Server virtual machine in Azure. So this is making Azure the best destination. Gain cloud agility with Windows Server containers also. So with the latest Windows Server operating system, containerization is also supported. You can take the advantage of it, and it is cost effective, as previously we have seen a couple of options available, and it's most powerful security at the OS level that you can put it. Either when you upgraded it, whether it is on premise or on cloud, you can implement all of those security features, right? With this Windows Server 2019 or 2016, it has got a unique hybrid capabilities with Azure. This is in case if you are upgrading to latest operating system I'm talking about. We are running out of time. This would help you to deploy multi-layered security, which is very advanced and it's available only with the Windows Server operating system 2016 and 19, and it is fully compatible and then um, fully equipped to have the hyper-convergent infrastructure to be able to better handle. Even if you are having any HCI on premise, you can make it up. So end of support and GDPR, as just I want to highlight one point here. You cannot run the end of support products with you in case if you have to be abide by GDPR norms. So please either upgrade or move to Azure. Okay, so many of the controls like just enough administration, credential guard, shielded virtual machines, advanced logging in Windows Server operating system is going to help you even if you are going to stay on premise to be able to comply with the GDPR requirements, whether it's for SQL Server or for Windows Server. Okay, so the system invites insights and the HCI compatibility, clustered sets, and Azure integration makes Windows Server upgrade is the best option. Plan for it, or the SQL Server also to be better innovative, end-to-end mobile BI, AI built-in, choice of language and platform, easy migration to cloud. All of this is going to make you stay up to date. Plan for it. Good day. Thank you. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for all your time and patience. There are many other products that you'll have to get to know about, which are reaching the end of support. Take care of it, guys. Thank you. I'm running out of time. Good day. Bye bye.